All right, folks, if you have a Hermes agent on your VPS and you want to connect it to your desktop app, we're going to show you how to set that up step by step in this video. All right, so everything you need, all of the commands that you're going to be running in CLI can be found in their official documentation in this section, desktop app. So scroll all the way down until you find connecting to a remote backend. So there's two methods to approach this. You can use the OAuth method. This one is not free. You actually need the plus subscription tier for the news account in order to use the OAuth method. So even though we're on the paid plan, we're one tier below, we're on the basic plan, which is unlucky, so we don't get to use it. So what ends up happening is if you try to go for the OAuth method, you should see this message right here: registration failed, self-hosted dashboard registration is not available for this account. So we're going to go with the second method, which is the username password. This is the simplest option, but this is also one of the riskier ones, because if you don't secure this by putting it behind Tailscale or a VPN, your dashboard can be exposed to the public internet, and from there anyone on the network can sniff it. And if they breach it, with brute force, then they can take over your agent. So they may get access to your API keys, your configs. They may even enter shell commands acting as your agent. So you definitely want to use Tailscale or VPN to do this method. And this is the free method. So we're going to go with Tailscale. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to install Tailscale in your CLI of your VPS. So if you haven't installed, you install this command right here. It's very likely you're on Linux, so go for this one. And the second thing is, don't forget to also set up Tailscale on your local machine. So we have Windows here set up. We just need to install this one first, and then we'll get to the hands-on part later with Tailscale. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the dashboard login credentials. So copy this command right here, go back to CLI, paste it, and when you see the arrow sign symbol, you can copy and paste the next line. So you can change the username. It doesn't have to be admin. It can be anything you like. Okay, and then when you see the next arrow sign symbol, you can go ahead and copy and paste this line here and choose a strong password for this one. So you hit enter, and then when you're here, don't copy and paste this yet. What you're going to want to do is open a new CLI, copy this here, and what this is going to do is it's going to generate a long random string for you to put as your auth secret, right? So open a new CLI while we have the other CLI running. So paste that, hit enter, and then when you get the output, copy it or save it somewhere safe. We're going to need it for the next line. So coming back here, we're going to copy and paste this, but we're going to replace this entire thing with whatever that long random string was. Okay, after you hit enter, the next line you want to put EOF, hit enter, and then in the next line you should see your host name, and then copy and paste this keymod to save the credentials in your .env, hit enter, and then we're going to do the next step. All right, so now we're going to get our Tailscale IP on our VPS. So you want to go Tailscale IP -4, and then we're going to run the dashboard bound to that Tailscale IP. So we're going to be replacing 000 with that Tailscale IP. So copy this whole thing and just replace 000 with your Tailscale IP of your Hermes dashboard. All right, so once it spits out the link, you're going to want to go to the terminal of your local machine. So since we're on Windows, we're going to go to PowerShell, and then we're going to ping our Tailscale IP to see if we get a reply. So yes, we do get a reply. The connection, the handshake has been made. Okay, so we go back to the desktop app, go to settings, go to gateway, and we go to remote gateway here and paste our Tailscale, and you should be able to see the sign-in authentication. So if you don't see this, make sure you update your desktop app. Make sure that it's on the version 0.16, because before it would just say session token, but now you should be able to sign in. So there we go. It should pop up this little browser here. So you just need to enter the username and the password that you've set. There we go. Signed in, connected to username. and save and reconnect. So it should be able to, yep, there we go. So it has my previous sessions of my Hermes agent on VPS. But what I do notice is on the side taskbar, it is still the directory of my local machine. So I don't get the same view as my SFTP on Termius. So this is how I normally work on terminal. I would have access of all of the files of my Hermes agent on the VPS. So I think that's one downside for now of connecting your VPS Hermes agent to Hermes Desktop. As you can see, it's right now it's a little bit non-user friendly. It took a while to get it set up, and also if you want to have it running the whole time, you need to either use Tmux or systemd to keep your Hermes desktop app connected to your VPS. That way it survives logout and reboots. Otherwise, you're gonna have to set that up all over again to connect your VPS agent to your desktop app. So the easiest way to set it up is using Tmux instead of systemd. So you can actually just run this command right here, tmux new -s Hermes dashboard -d brackets Hermes dashboard -- no open your Tailscale IP port 9119. Hit enter, and it should be able to have it running, and even when you log out, you don't have to set it up again. But there is I think a bug where it's 50-50, so it's not very reliable to keep it running 24/7 on your desktop app connected to your VPS. So really, the best way to use the desktop app right now is purely on local. That's the way it's designed for. So maybe it's not a bad thing having two Hermes agent. If you've been running your Hermes agent on your VPS, it's actually not bad to have another Hermes agent on your local machine and then use that on your desktop app. But remember the drawbacks of your agent on desktop app versus your agent on TUI is TUI is much more efficient when it comes to terminal work or coding work, simply because they pass raw filtered text streams directly to the LLM, whereas on the desktop app, it bleeds tokens, it dilutes the tokens because they also have to factor in the heavy UI schemas of the desktop app. All right, sorry, it's been a long day, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash up the like button if you find it helpful. Subscribe to the channel to follow for more updates and guides. My name is Ron. Shana now.